All right, Facebook friends and family. Greetings to my YouTubers, subscribers. I'm gonna send out major, powerful energy at this moment to my YouTube subscribers and also my Facebook viewers, those who take the content in which I share via social media as something serious and productive. I definitely want to appreciate that service or that energy that you give back out. And that's like the reciprocity of life, how we understand totally and fully how what it is that I get in existence would be only determined from that what I do and give out. This is how we got to play the game here on Earth, people. It's almost like manipulating the system. You know what I'm talking about? It's like being a master manipulator. All right. And in some instance in life, there's nothing wrong with a little manipulation. As long as we're manipulating the appropriate things that is beneficial for the manipulating process. All right. So the title that we're going to get into, the concept of acknowledging our greatness. Some of you may not think that you have any greatness within yourself. Some of you think that you got to worship something that is greater than yourself. For instance, you got the Narcotics Anonymous program. These beings teach that you should be serving and worshiping, acknowledging something greater than yourself. I'm not lying. Do some research. But I'm here to show and prove. I'm not here to be disagreeable or debate with nothing that's already in existence. I'm just here to show and prove my light that is set to be ignited upon the world. So let's check out this tune right here by Desi May titled Sons of My Fear. And it's just gonna be one tune. After this, we're gonna spark the brain cell, people. And we ain't gonna be long with it either, alright? Ring that bell. Make sure you hit that heart button too, so you can make it like Jesus and save somebody's life.
Half of one house is left unserved. I'm good with numbers, haven't you heard? I have to contract, I have lost everything. Just like the bucks are dead on the range. The cross is twisted, the stars that lost shine.
Let's get some great power and energy out to the deity by name of Edwin Rose too. I see this individual out here in existence is putting his magic to work, people. All right, let's get it.
Some of my fears, the sum of my fears. Some of my fears, the sum of my fears.
That's what I like about people. One thing I like about beings is when I see them bringing into manifestation that of the macro realm. As opposed to be doing a lot of lip professor. That's what a lot of beings do. Particularly Americans. They're just good lip professors. And you learn that from the schooling system.
breast cancer is mine. Just to witness one hand on my heart.
That's why some of you want to be a lawyer
For the guilty body.
or somewhere that in the so-called professional field.
Some of my fears, some of my fears. Some of my fears, some of my fears.
Also want to give great positive energy out here to Keith Jansen. All right. Let me make some acknowledgments for a minute because I'm gonna appreciate the energy, man. Like I see more hearts on my phone than I do thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Never see a thumb down. Is it because I'm always asking you to hit the heart button? And because I ask you to hit the heart button, then what I post must be resonating with you. Right? This is the only way in which an individual will go ahead and make a power move, like hitting a heart button. So I'm sending positive energy out. And when I say we, anytime if you do hear me say we, please be assured I'm doing nothing. I'm not with a gang or a religion or anything. It's just merely that the three fundamental bases and principles of existence of me, myself, and I. Right? You may know it as the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. Some may know it as neutrons, protons, electrons, right? Some may know it as man, woman, and child. No matter what you know it as, that number 3 is the paradigm and the basic foundation of a master state of existence. Nikola Tesla told you that. Kim Martin, Gwen Parker, Tierra Monique, Kwalula Asinanje, Minerva El Chapo, Xlani, Mutlani, Keys Jansen. I'm gonna send these people's getting a cash app in the macro realm from me. Don't look for it on your phone or in your wallet. You're not gonna get no bank account. I'm not sending you no dead presidents. But I am gonna pay you in a higher form of currency. See, if you notice, look at what they call money. A lot of people don't realize that it's under a form of that being currency. That means it has power, right? We talk about some type of power. Hence, money being the root of all evil. That illogical quote. But it's okay if it works for the moment. You can go ahead and state that. If that's the furthest you can see. That the goddamn money is running around the planet, making all my dumb ass. But it's okay. We can look at it like that. And for the time being, just keep in mind, nothing stays the same. I'm not supposed to be thinking dumb as I did yesterday. And we know we thinking dumb because look at the events and the fears that's taking place in our plane of existence. So don't act like beings ain't dumb. In fact, I think this shit going on so that somebody's trying to see just how dumb we are. Wow. Let's hit that bang. Because we're going to be on fire for a minute here. I got some time. Because, like, the more I think about this, the more I am extracting it and have able and ability to reveal. See, it's just not when I'm thinking about doing a particular thing in which something would manifest, right? But when we put our mind to a certain thing, we know things is going to have to manifest and come into fruition. Ain't that right? Okay, Lady Shea Butter, Dreamy Queen, definitely is on the airway and on set. I like that music. Those that wasn't music. I don't even want to disrespect what you did like that by calling it music, but like those tunes that you were sending out, those frequencies. What it was a couple days ago. I want to thank you for that. You know, I think it's under the lines of what we call binary codes, in which Lady Shea Butter was so eloquently and you know favoritively for us to be able to share. Some people can't even begin to fathom to even play something like that, or let alone sit back and listen to it for more than 3 minutes, because they didn't understand what the tunes was doing to the organs of our body. Lady Shea Butter writes that we gotta stop planning. Okay, that bell logo, I appreciate that. Yes, well, that that bell was the symbol. I just something I wanted to be genuine with. I know I ain't the only one ring the bell, but we got to be thorough. I'm in Philadelphia. I know a lot about the Liberty Bell down there on Fifth and Market. I don't know if I cracked it or not. I probably, I'm not too sure. I didn't look into it. However, because they'll tell you a lot of stories of how it got cracked. And we know, like in Philadelphia, we do graffiti and write on things. So, like, no, I'm joking. But that bell definitely, I've been doing since I came to Earth. I was an acolyte. All right, so I also have a tuning bowl, just one. Some things so expensive. Like I said, well, what's the best one that I can utilize to do what I need to do? They said, take this $250 bowl. Damn, you ain't got one cheaper than that? Yeah. And tuning bowls, they different, right? They have different ones. You have machine made tuning bowls, and then we got the handcraft. With if we do the research of how these things are made, it actually takes like 5 people to make one tuning bowl. Yeah. So bell thing, Lady Shea Butter is something that I'm genuine, authentic with, and feels though I'm at liberty to be still ringing. I even rung them on certain corners in Philadelphia on Sundays as an acolyte. So yes, indeed, we always going to be able to hit that bell because everything vibrates. So if I say something which has vibrancy, check, followed by the why do you think this practice goes on in Catholic, Episcopalian, and Baptist churches? Tunes being played. And guess what the name of the instrument is in the church? Your organ. Yes. So I knew very early on the science of this. In fact, I don't want to get off of what I had to bring, but man, I appreciate you, Lady Shea Butter, for taking me there. Because I'm going to get into this mind thing. Yes, indeed. So last but not least, we still sending great positive cash app checks out to beings out here in our universe. Lady Shea Butter. Okay, Michael Stanley, Franco Jenkins, Adea Hills, Davis, Power Cash, Rock, Nooli, Rush, Dirt, Wally, Dennis Jubilee, and a whole umpteenth of other beings who I can't name right now. All right. Maybe check in and cash in and do well in existence. So getting to what we wanted to what's it? The knowledge in our greatness, right? So let's go here. I pulled up before me an idea of a master mindset. I mean, this is like what I do. Like, all right, as being a so-called teacher, I think I could put myself under that title if I had to. If I had to be physical and literal and come to earth, down to earth, you know how they say. I could be amongst things like philosopher, teacher, guru, sages, therefore, for a minister, definitely a preacher. Right? I could get that preacher real well. I could do it both ways. Because remember, I come up under the fathers and the ministers and the preachers. Right. So I learned a lot of karma. I picked up a lot of demeanors. You know, some of us, sometimes you say, well, he sound like Farrakhan, or he talked like Malcolm X. Oh, this individual has the disposition that of Martin Luther the King. You know what I'm talking about? So when a child, like many children that you have today, is watching you, they're watching these beings out here. In a young mind, I don't like to use your child. In fact, I hate English anyway, yo. I don't even like English. I swear I don't. I just speak it to the, and I think to bring out the most vibrant words to express, because you're casting spells and you have to be careful when you speak English, you know, because we're spell casting. Why you think when you go to school, you got to take a spelling test? Talk like to me. So I picked up this concept of like, if we're to acknowledge our greatness, then I need to see some beautiful qualities about myself. And I said to myself, well, self, you have to master your mind. You know? I have to first recognize that everything that I came to earth and when I went to school, and if I take away from that what I already knew, I was being turned inside out, upside down, and backwards. And so now all it takes at this point is for me to have some laser focus. I want y'all to say this with me. Laser focus. Laser focus. Listen. Oh my goodness. You might not have a winner next year if you think about what I'm telling you. Because I'm going to show you how to check your fuel level too. Where my bongos at? I got to play the bongos for a minute. That's how you know a G is in the spirit. You just can't control yourself. That's enough. Chill out, everybody. Chill out, relax. I gotta calm the other beings that you can't see yet. There. Yeah, it's like when I talk, man. We have a party in this universe. There's a party going on. Tupac Shakur there. Ain't nothing but a gangster party. Let's hit that joint. I got me and one of my colleagues Bashir on that beat. I love that beat. Tupac Shakur. Remember that beat? Ain't nothing but a gangster party. Well, me and my colleague here, we played off of that beat. I think he's playing the organ and I'm playing the thumb piano, right? So let's listen to this for a minute. It's called MB. Nathan Bashir. enough of that. Yeah. But you know, when I get to rapping, this is how it is in the universe. And you talk about the mind and thoughts traveling at the rate of 14,720 miles per second. Man, you know what you could be doing at that rate of speed at one time in multiple universes? Oh my God. Ain't nothing but a gangster party. Huh? I mean, seen that video that I dropped with the dog and some dude and his dog sitting in the car rocking to this beat. Check it out on my YouTube channel. I'll repost it again. That shit is so funny. How is the dog sitting there like this? And he got a nerve to have the bandana on, like Tupac Shakur. You seen that? You know what I mean? Yeah. So you know, when I get to talking, like, you gonna have to forgive me sometimes. I just got to go to in the back of the field. Shit, not left field, not center field, right field. That's it. I gotta go in the back of the field. What I'm talking about. So we was talking about the mastering of the mind, right? And I last told you the 3 times. I hope you said laser focus. All right. So one of the things that I'm going to have to present, and this is, I want to put on the table in the Senate. Take this to the supreme and the highest of courts. Just you walk with these ideas, people. This is what determines your sovereignty. That what you speak out your mouth. I don't care how many symbols you throwing up. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how many plaques you got on the back on your wall or sitting on your desk. To me, that looks like something that I do to churches when I go in there and just slap all the idols off because it's in the way. And I think if I could get that stuff out the way, you could see a little clearer. I'm telling you to take to the Senate that becoming a master at anything is going to require some laser focusing, awareness, and positive action daily. You see? You understand? Mastering your mindset is no different. Mastering your mindset is no different. If you don't quit, or shall I say, if you don't know quite where to start, you can use this 3, 6, and 9. Okay, that's what they told you to stay away from. Type of instances that I'm going to be expressing. All right. So, first of all, or shall I say, like what, 7th and 8th of all, because we didn't hit the base already. But another thing of acknowledgement is going to have to be that self is most important. In fact, the first law of nature from now on, I want you to recognize is that being self-preservation. Write that down. Because I'm going to explain. No, I'm not going to explain nothing. You're going to learn that you can't do nothing or give nobody nothing until you have something. Can I get $23 billion? I ain't got it. Well, what good are you then? Ain't that what they say? Well, what good are you then? Oh, I didn't tell you, goddamn it, how good I am. Now you want to fight. No. The goodness is where the kingdom of heaven is. And according to the good book, it's within. So we're going to go over some information here. Let's wait till Facebook come back on. I have to remind myself, YouTube, we still streaming, right? Let's check YouTube out. Right, good, we good. Okay. Okay, Lady Shea Butter. All right. Facebook came back on. I think it's because of my reception. I'm gonna think in those terms. I got frequencies and rays going on around me. Because I would hate to think that something or somebody is interrupting us. We don't want to be, even if it was, so what? Why do a baby interrupt you? They want attention. You think it's because, they don't want you to be talking on the phone or doing what you're doing. I got paperwork to do. They don't know. They just want attention too. So when you got people in the world that's nagging at you, don't go to the left with that thinking. This is what we're talking about. To implement and ingenuate and keep bringing this about of greatness and positivity, what we want to call positivity. Whatever makes you comfortable and happy in life is positive. All right? Let me say that. Everybody's positive and negative is different. So this information is personal, just like your relationship was with that mystery God. Now you're going to learn to have a personal relationship with yourself. So when I see this information, I hear this information, I don't regurgitate it whereas this is what Martin Luther King had want me to do. No, I'm looking at this is what Elijah Muhammad has laid forth. And if my dumb ass want to take some heed to it, then, all what he said, all will bear fruit. If not, then it goes for nothing. And the woman or man will still ask you, what good are you? You need to be coming back with an answer and defining. What do you mean, what good am I? First of all, I don't even think it's enough digits that the Fort Knox or any bank that J.P. Morgan or Rothschild them have can hold the type of currency that I'm generating. Huh? How about that part? See, you want to get me on a mundane level. You want me walking around here, follow in a car with an armored truck, talking about this is all my money. Y'all see how rich I am? Like a fool. That's what it looked like to me. Yeah. So you see, every day we are fueling our mind with either things that's going to uplift me and empower me, keep me stagnated, and or possibly bring you down. And everybody loves when the whole world loves to see. How good your mama don't sing it? Love to see you frown, ba, ba, da, 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 and the whole world love to see you in the news, ba, 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 and the whole world loves it when you sing the blues, ba, 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 dee, da. Yeah, look, Facebook cut it again. Somebody cut that. That must be a Facebook strike right there. Facebook without on me on that. I love it. Yo, I ain't mean no harm, man. I'm just telling like a TI is. In a way which is comical, humorous, and in turn can empower in us and uplift us. So Facebook is back. I want to welcome the Facebook people back. And the Kylie's of Facebook. Y'all do a great job in making sure that we can express ourselves. You know, some people may not like the things, the rules that y'all have, but it's getting a little bit more lenient. You know, TikTok is taking a bad rap out here. But hey, man, what's Instagram or something? What is it? Both of them? Yeah, both of them, Instagram and TikTok. But listen, like I said, what are people going to do? They got to do something stupid. Just think, before you woke up, between the hours of, let's say you went to bed 10 o'clock last night, and I say, since I know what the activity is every 24 hours, 7 days a week, I'm going to say 4 a.m. because I know maybe after the birds get up at 3:58. Truck drivers, they're picking up trucks like about 4. Cab drivers out there all day, and cops, drug addicts and drug dealers, yeah. But for the most part, from the hours of Eastern time, Pennsylvania, 9 to, let's say 10, 11 to 4 a.m., there's not much going on. There's not much activity. Why? Because all the dumb people are asleep. You see why it's so peaceful at those times? And why it is points at the highest moment if you up and taking in participation of the natural energy signals, frequencies, and waves. Because remember, all the niggas with the bed, so many things is shut down. Cars ain't moving, fumes ain't rising, so that leaves rooms for Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, that leaves for and Pinky in the Brain. Yeah, we got some. Who else? Frankenstein. Yeah. Yeah, many people go to work at these times because they understand energy, frequency, and vibration. That of 3, 6, and 9. Now, since information is a source of, how can I put it? A downloadment through transformation, and I'll explain this a little bit later of how and why I say this. You're going to have to go within yourself. Answer to those angles, not the angels, of light and frequencies and waves that's coming from without of you. Also, I say within you. Because it's at time, and it is at time in which cells is being ignited. You know, vortexes, atoms, quarks, and sparks is having its rebirth through many different retrogrades that's taking place now. I don't want to get too astrological and numerological and all that old good shit because I don't get into that. I keep it and talk about, first of all, a certain field, and then 2, it has to be expressed whereas even a 3-year-old can comprehend. You know, some people don't want to hear and can't sit there and listen to Harvard, Yale, Princeton terminologies. Check. So, in acknowledging your greatness, we're going to have to understand that it's about having this master mindset. And you're going to know that it's true because if you take this, what I'm talking about, around any disagreeable or negative beings, you're going to have turbulence and imbalance with them. And then that's when you're going to know, okay, I'm on to something. Because I know you would like me I know you would like for me to give you some dawah, some information, some real holy good shit, whereas though you could take it amongst the people and everybody say, oh, I love this cat. Oh, she's great. She just brings the greatest knowledge and information and everything. Oh, let me donate to her forever. No. The best medicine is not good. When going down or being ingested. It never is. Not in the physical realm, nor in the spiritual. When you took on this task, when you took on this assignment to come to earth, you understood some things. And one of them is of that you're going to go through some pain down there, buddy. That's why they say when the baby born, the world weeps and the people rejoice. But when the baby dies, the people weep and the world rejoices. Let's get into some information real quick, because I got a lot to cover and still a lot of other things other than sitting in this chair to do. Before me, I have a 2,000-year-old wisdom plan, right? Y'all know me. Well, I ain't gonna say y'all know me, but if you don't know me, I'm into philosophy. I like philosophy. I was always intrigued with the word philosopher, even way before KRS-One. Oh, we still like, yeah, good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to keep it on YouTube because this is my primary source here. I want to really have this downloaded and presentable for those who it concerns on YouTube. Facebook, I don't really mind. You know, Facebook is just, it's free ball and freestyle for me. But my YouTube stream, I want it to just be informational, people. And I do apologize for some things that you see on there that offends you. Just keep in mind, that's never my intention. When I talk about love, I'm talking about to the fullest extent of that thereof of it. And if you have any idea further of that of love, then I'm with that too. And in the future, when we develop more concepts, more understanding, more actions, affairs, and events of that of love, that's what we're about. See, love don't have an ending. Love is the Alpha and Omega. It is like the most powerful force known to this existence. Not one time, but 2 times I talked a being. I'm not, it wasn't a, well, it's not necessary to say what race they was from. But yeah, I do want to say that because I don't want everybody to think it's always black on black crime. So there, let me say this. Twice I took a gun from a European who pulled it out on me simply by using the power of love. One of them put the gun away. The other one gave it to me because it was, I think it was like 15 and I was 18 at the time. Up in the white area where I ain't supposed to be. But you know, crazy ass me. I don't give a fuck. 2 bags of cheese curls or Twix candy bars. I don't. I'll bypass by you. Like I got something to do. I was doing something, and the young white man had came up on me with the gun out and said, "What you doing in my neighborhood, nigga?" Just as we would did if he was down in North Philly. He ain't do nothing wrong. So I already know that. So you know, my point is, love is infinite. You see, you'll never come to terms, and some of you probably won't even get the basic foundation of what love is until like the year 2050. No. I could say some things right now, and some people will be like, oh, wow, that was some shit he said there about love. Man, my ancient ancestors said the same shit, man. Where was you at? This ain't nothing new. Like, for instance, I like what Malachi York said. He said, Let me get it verbatim. Talk to me. If you give me anything, let it be your love. And if you take anything from me, let it be mine. Don't come in my house and take cell phones and TVs and guns and bikes and whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever, any material. Though you don't do that. For what? How long is it going to last you before you got to do it to somebody else that's going to be waiting for your dumb ass? So you take love, because when you take that, we change the paradigm and the dynamics of the way we are existing. And this is why they said in the Matrix, it's the mind that makes it real. And I know y'all don't want this physical to dissipate. I don't blame you. I don't want it to either. I might want to come back here and have my experiences. Shit. I'm waiting for the new Impossible Burger in the year 2070. That's going to be up in the restaurant in the sky. See, I'm a visionary. This is what prophets do. And when these numbers start to hit 30 and 40, because some of y'all talking about the earth and the world going to end. No. This shit is done by the mind, people. I don't care if the physical, 5G, 3G, 4G, 7G, 8G. It all is manifested by that of what and who you are. In fact, I think Farrakhan said it best. If the universe would be destroyed, listen now, he didn't say whether it be the black man. He didn't say the earth. This man said, if the universe was ever destroyed, guess what our smart asses would do? And this is the first time I probably ever said we smart. Because, you know, the way we act, I'm quick to say how dumb I am. Me too. I'm talking about me. Because I'm always willing to turn right around and straighten my dumb ass out and move forward. So I got to contest. That's what my mom used to tell me. I was dumb. But not mine, but you know, a lot of you mothers have. And so you have to take that and say, okay, I'm going to show you how dumb and become smart. So he said, if the universe was to ever be destroyed, you, look at the word universe, right? Oh, this is so profound. When you and I verse, which means come together about a greater overstanding, that's what verse mean, right? It would implode and life will start anew. I didn't say explode. Like a vacuum of warp. And they call it the Big Bang Theory. Oh, they don't want it. You, Harvard, you better not let me get in your classroom. Princeton, Yale. They talk about why he don't teach in it. What do you mean why I don't teach inside these four walls? This can't contain me. I'll be fired. I'm going to be in battle with the school district over here and this here. Then I'm going to be in, you know what I mean? Like, I can't do that. I can't direct heat on fighting my adversaries or what the curriculum you would like to be bringing to the children. No, I need to be free away from y'all in my black hole. In the dark side, shining the brightest light. Check. This is why an airplane and everything, if you look at it, has a black box. And they got you scared of black. In fact, in 1900s, they told you, and that wasn't that long ago, that black was bad luck. And then if you got a pretty ass green-eyed black cat, you was evil and you're a wizard or a witch. I went right out and got my pretty ass green black ass cat. Who wouldn't want to be a wizard or a witch? You're going to need that to be dealing with these shit here on earth that doesn't make any sense. Else you become victimized. And then you'll be doing just exactly what you're supposed to be doing in a corporation. Buying, selling, and trading. Having no real meaningful of existence. No. You just want to see if I could get my truck driving business up and running. Send the kids off to college. You know what I'm talking about? Like, nothing spiritual. Then you wonder why I don't make it to see my pension or my accomplishments of the grandchildren. Because all the while when I was making it pop in the physical form, we was neglecting the other dimensions and aspect of the self, which is the spiritual and the mental. You ever see a weightlifter? They lift weights all up top. We call them top heavy. And down the bottom, their legs look like a toothpick. They've been going to the gym for 75 years, doing nothing but biceps, lats, back arms, triceps, and shoulder. Did I say chest? Right? Why you don't work on the bottom? Why we don't make the calves? Did you know this is the biggest bone and yet the strongest muscle in the entire body? So we go. This is to some information that I got here. I'm gonna make this video move. It's called 2,000-Year-Old Wisdom for Life. We're going to weigh in on this information, all right? We're going to go over this together. I expect some comments to be said and made too, y'all. Let me know what you think about this.
There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about the things which are beyond the power of our will.
All right? There's only one way to happiness. What you think about that? See, we might have some great scholars that have come along because remember, this is quoted from Epictetus. Okay? So these beings are ancient. Now, what we're supposed to do with this, resonate with it, see how it's going to work for us. And then you want to modify it, right? You want to add your aspect to it. Don't be afraid to do these things because you are valuable and value and in your own perfected way as important as anybody or anything else, whether it be Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, Martin Luther the King, Nelson Mandela, Francis Chris Wilson, Phil Valentine, W.E. Du Bois, Steve Coakley, or Fred Hampton. And I know I'm jumping around because this is all power. We're talking about empowerment. You're going to need to know these vibrations. So that idea of going in the weight room and lifting and coming out top heavy or vice versa is the same concept that the beings had within the macro or the should we say intangible aspect of self. Lady Shea Butter writes that she resonates with the idea of going within and making what's within manifest without. That's when we begin and know how we work in magic, y'all. Not black magic, white magic. Those are titles who some people took and benefited or profited off of it and sell you in a book. No. We ain't gonna have that. I don't care if you ever went to a palm reading, and I got plenty of palm reading books, astrologer, or whatever. You can still come up with the idea of just by the knowing, by that information existing, of what type of frequency or vibration that is resonating in and out of. We're not dumb. In fact, you're supposed to be the highest form of intelligence on the earth right now. Ain't that what the good book in the Quran say? Right? Hold on a minute. What's going on here? Why we ain't got no lecture? All right. Almost had us cut off. Probably about another 3 minutes. Everything would have been shut down. I would have had to restart all over. Wow. Yeah, so I was wondering why that wasn't. So, right. What we last was going over, there is only one way to happiness. And I'm going to say, at this time, in looking at this, let the happiness be the first way. Okay? Since there's this individual quoted that there's only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about the things which are beyond the power of our will. Huh? Why should we cease worrying about the things that are beyond the power of your will? And what is behind the power of my will? Huh? Some of us act as if we don't even know. Some of us act as if the world evolves around you and that you have control over all things in existence.
If you were distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment.
That was Marcus Aurelius.
The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. You are arranging what lies in fortune's control and abandoning what lies in yours. What are you looking at? To what goal are you straining? The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately.
All right? That means living in the now. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Is that true? No. The reason why it's uncertain, because I have not yet made the clarity in the purpose of my existence. But if I have made connection with the great self in the blueprint, then everything before me, I'm supposed to be expecting it to be certain and coming out no other way. If it do, then I in my chemical, in my magic, and then in my potioning, I missed an element. And so I have to go back to the lab. Because I need to be certain. Uncertain is the same as almost pretty much, you might as well go ahead and believe in things. Because belief is the evidence of things are not seen, and hoping for the outcome to be very well for you. A lot of people hoping that they go to heaven when they die in the physical, not knowing that they're not going to die and that there's no heaven to go to. It's everything has been said that it's right here on earth. So how you going to die and go to heaven? Then it says live immediately. That means now, in the present. We're taking this information again, people. I'm not saying that this is wrong. If this information, that's why I'm letting the individual say it first. Because I want people, sometimes, you know, they'll have a hard enough time digesting just the, you know, like second, like dimension type concept of what's to take place. So we're going to let the whole quote be played out. And this has happened to be by that Seneca. All right, Seneca. All right. So let's keep it moving. We're gonna move. We're gonna do a couple more. And I think I want to get into finishing up with these potions that I got. All right. I got some herbs and potion. You know, a lot of people, let me get into this for a minute. And there's nothing wrong with that. You got Brother Panic out here, up out of the Nawai, and other individuals in Philadelphia. We got herb packages, or they have herb packages. Check. Well, don't forget, that's the physical. That's the literal stuff. That's for the physical. That's just to keep the physical up to par, people, keeping the immune system popping. Yes, okay, with a little vitality of the cells being sparked, it can help in the metaphysical aspect of you. But for the most part, it's not the end all be all how you're gonna or what you're gonna use to become a master in your own mind. You just be just as well and much as your mind is intangible, so is the necessary fuel and tools. You can't grab these tools with your hand. They're not tangible. This is why it can't be stolen. You see? This is why your information is the safest thing that you're ever going to have. I don't care what journey you partake in. That what you hold within yourself is your jewel. You're going to need to be clear on this. All right? So we're going to play a couple bit more, and I'm going to jump in and give you about, I'll say about 6, 7, 8 potions that you could throw in your bag. Remember, you need to be working your magic. All right? All of you are magicians. And I ain't talking about the type of magic where you go get a deck of cards or you start pulling quarters out behind somebody's head. All right? That's not magic. That's foolishness. Tricknology. Magic, real magic, is the ability to manifest, bring it to fruition, that of the mental projection through laser work. Remember that word? We said it 3 times. I mean, was with me in the beginning. What is going to take to have your mastermind is laser focus. Let's make this move.
Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things. Thus death is nothing terrible, else it would have appeared so to Socrates. But the terror consists in our notion of death, that it is terrible. When
we gotta stop. Well, no, let it play out. Let this play out. I'm sorry. All right, let this play out.
Therefore we are hindered, or disturbed, or grieved. Let us never impute it to others, but to ourselves. That is, to our own views. It is the action of an uninstructed person to reproach others for his own misfortunes. Of what?
All right, so we're gonna stop it there. That's another quote. Let's go back to the previous one. I think I could sit this here right now. So, all right. What you want to do? So men are disturbed, not by things. This is what has been said. I'm going to have to digress. I'm going to have to be in disagreement with that. Listen, if it wasn't for people, person, place, or things, I could be in a state of utopia. I'm not going to do things. You're not going to do things that will ever cause you to be in a state of mentalness or mentally in a state that eventually brings about anxiety, stress, and all ill or disease forms and walks of life. But it goes on to say that you are disturbed by the views which you take on. So it says men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of things. So it's like almost an oxymoron. If that's a word, I might be saying a word. To me, it's crazy. You saying one thing, but then again, you telling me something else. Because if it wasn't for the thing, then guess what? Right. I would have never even had the view. You ever walk down the street and look in the car and see two people having sex? Next thing you know, you want to go home and have sex now. Or what's the view I'm supposed to have? Go home and make a baby? Oh, go home and tear that back out. I mean, like, how many views can you have if you walk by that thing? But if that thing wasn't there, you're going to have none. So yes, you want to take control of what your perspective of everything that's going on, whether it be information, affairs, and events. You always want to look at, especially in particularly information, somebody that's speaking, writing books with a bird's eye view. So it goes on to say that thus death is nothing terrible. Now you see why I explained to you that there's no such thing as death? Huh? If death is nothing terrible, then why are you so afraid? I'll tell you why. Because you haven't been shown or reminded properly of that which you are from. And I found that in human nature, that the only time these beings, or so-called humans, and the Anunnakis and the great deities, y'all done fell too, become afraid or fear something is because you have not no knowledge of it. You lack knowledge of that thereof. So you scared to death. If I got 5 pit bulls and 6 Rottweilers sitting on the porch and I tell you, come on up, the first thing you're going to ask me, is it cool? Are they safe? Because if you act and vibrate in any certain way, they want to be able to tell. Especially if you fear. Remember that thing you thought that they could smell? No, you're vibrating, buddy. They can't smell it. And so it goes on to say that thus death is nothing terrible. I know it ain't. We just, like I said, been misinformed. What do you think I mean when I say everything is inside out, upside down, and backwards? Huh? Else it would have appeared to Mr. Socrates. So, but the terror consists in our notion of death. You see? You thinking you going to die. When I've been telling you all along that there's no such thing as death. It's a big misconception. It's just the element that was used to keep a certain energy at bay for a particular time. Only reason why you got schooling and religion, because is first of all, like religion is basically for those who can't stand perpendicularly on their own square. You know, I have to put it realistically. You know, we seen how beings was coming here. You know, I know we heard a lot of things and ideas of what religion is for, but if I really narrow it down to the like nitty gritty and the true aspect of existence, all right, Desiree White sending some real positive, high power signals and waves of frequency to that woman there. All right, let that name resonate with y'all. All right, Desiree. Oh, is it Desiree? Desiree White. Desiree. All right. Right. So it's what, you know, religion came about for mind control and a little of what couldn't metaphysically or you know, spiritually really be explained with certain nations. All right. Every nation, every being, because you notice you got human beings and you got man and you got mankind. So obviously there's a difference here, especially when you read that Quran. It makes a lot of differentiation in who it is pertaining to when it makes mention of this man and mankind. So again, does death exist? No. Nothing actually ceases to exist, people. Just because you may not see it, him or her, doesn't mean that these beings, place or thing isn't in existence anymore. There's only been a transformation. Just look at a corner in your neighborhood. Last decade, you probably seen a school sitting there. Right? This decade, guess what it is transformed into? No longer will you be seeing little kids, buses, your big yellow school buses pulling up, and mommies and daddies dropping off little beings. It is now a place of residency. So now your whole activity changes now. You're going to need permanent parking and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to get into that wastes my energy. I'm not concerned. That's not my field. Let PPA and all them deal with that. They got that. That's what they come to Earth to do. Then let them do that. You come to Earth and you do what you're supposed to be doing. And make sure that you already paid. See, the spiritual is different from the physical. In the physical, you got to work first and then you get paid. Hopefully. Because they will fuck your check up. The nigga can die. And you just got to wait till Monday. I'm sorry, the office is closed, sir. Bam, bam. I don't want to hear that shit. You at the window hollering, cussing me out because I ain't got the check. The boss died. He had a terrible skiing accident. What you want me to do? Things happen. So you gotta expect sometimes you're not gonna get your check here on earth. But in the spiritual aspect, we don't. It's not done like that. I'm not even taking. You know how we do? No, man, nah. Listen. I'm a contractor. I don't even do work until you give a half a down payment on this. I'm going to put up. What? You want this tort? You want that? What? This? That's this. You gonna at least put a quarter payment down on this, sir. No. That's you might want back out. Talking about lock the door. I ain't letting you in. Somebody else gonna come finish it. Now I gotta put cement in your nah. We ain't gonna do we don't go to those extremes. We always want to keep this thing positive, right? And doing right and good to each other. Cause it's no fun when the rabbit get the gun, trust me. And Bugs Bunny, Elmer been running around with that double barrel shotgun the whole episode. That cartoon got to come up with the times, don't it? They got to come out with the new Elmer Fudd. Yeah, because we got more guns out now on the streets. There's people shooting back, kids shooting back. So you can't play a cartoon that's out of date. You gotta let the rabbit get the gun now and shoot back at the Elmer. Y'all want me to make that cartoon for y'all? It'll be funny. I had Elmer running and ducking, jumping in the bushes, popping his head back out. Y'all know he had that big double barrel too. So, at least now that you learned that death doesn't really exist, there's only states of transformation. You know what I mean? From one stage to another. Look it up. No, it ain't no look it up. Let's make it pop. Let's be factual, Nate. You put it up. Right? Right. You're all right. You're all right. Y'all got me on that. A thorough teacher comes prepared, and you do a thorough job. Don't send me home with no homework. But I'm not going to be your babysitter either, y'all. That we won't have. You're going to have to do some research. You can't keep sitting around waiting until I do a goddamn Facebook stream or a YouTube video to see where's the next popping enlightenment coming in at. You're going to just have to wait till be occupied with what's going on social media or television, on politics. I think Trump coming back out too. Y'all gotta get it real little excited too in this world. It's going to get real popping out here again. Because I think Mr. Trump coming back in the game. Y'all remember the movie Apprentice that he played in? Yeah, that's a good time. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I ain't did too much into the crystal ball, but it looks pretty much clear though. Like that's what's going to be happening. Yeah, because see, they want some nice activities going on, right? When Trump did, when we had that Trump era, y'all gotta admit, y'all ain't had nothing exciting since that of the O.J. Simpson movie or affair or event. I don't know what it was, but y'all remember he went to court and the glove didn't fit. Like, you think I'm going to bring a glove to court that's going to fit? That's a brand new glove, Your Honor. I'd have been like, objection. Your Honor. There's no, Your Honor. The threads on it not even moved or worn. You know, you could tell something new. You look at it, you could tell how it's still got the stitches and the linen all still never been, like it's rubbing on nothing. Like this is a fresh glove right here. Dang. It was show. It was show. It was for show. It had to be new. Everything that was presented in that affair was new shit. New knives, New Blood, even that truck he drove, that was new. It came out of Hollywood. It was one of their stunt trucks. How you think they was on the bridge with a sign before OJ even got that way? Oh, he called them? Yo, I be coming down 95, y'all. Yeah. And when you got there, they like this with the sign. Go, OJ. Go, OJ. How did you know he was coming there? He could have made a left. Y'all know somebody trying to get away from the police. Oh, man, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what was going on. I'm hey. There's a whole bunch of things that can be happening out here, people. I just like to do critical thinking. You're not going to just tell me anything. You're not going to be spitting and say, Nate, it's 100 degrees outside and it's raining, my nigga. I'm going to say, yeah, it is. Yes, massa. Let's make it move.
Entering upon instruction to reproach himself and of one.
We're almost out of here. We're going to drop a few more gems into our potion bag.
They lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn.
Nah, that was some hip shit.
He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has choice.
All right, that's something we can look at. Let's look at that. Something nice and sweet and short. Because I remember since a young youth, the idea that a wise, and this is how I always knew I wanted to be a guru or sage. And I'm not saying I'm one yet. I got a lot of far ways to go, people. However, I understood early, at an early age, that a wise individual actually eliminates their desires, whereas a fool satisfies them. You see? Because if I keep satisfying my desire, let's say, for instance, I want a chocolate chip cookie right now. I'll run out and get me a chocolate chip cookie. Would that one chocolate chip cookie suffice me? No. You're going to in time need more and more and more and more and more and more and more chocolate chip cookie until you sick, obese, high blood pressure, sugar diabetes, or what have you. Because all you had to do is eliminate the chocolate chip cookie. No, I can't keep eating that chocolate chip cookie every time I want it. I can't keep drinking that alcohol, smoking that weed every time I want it. Drinking that wine. Knocking bottles of Henny off. Because when you satisfy them, you have multiple problems. It automatically constitutes life turbulence. When you satisfying your desires. I ain't saying never satisfy them, but by all means, be in control of them. Check. So as it states, he is a wise being, he or she. Let's not leave you women out either. Who does not grieve for the things which they don't have. Some people go through lengthy affairs that in turn causes suffering and grief to satisfy their desires. When they could have just been comfortable and happy and rejoice for what they already had. You see? And working your magic in preparation to bring about the necessity that keeps you afloat while you here having your affair on earth for however long you're supposed to be willing it. I know a lot of you gonna find that hard to accept. Yeah. Because you think that you think life, or people think that life passing away is supposed to be a mysterious thing. Did y'all ever take a look at that? You'll hear people tell you all the time, you'll never know when it's your turn to go. I bet you know when it's your turn to go cash your check. I bet you know when it's time to pay your phone bill. I bet you know when I get my check. You know all these things, but you don't. I bet you know when Michael Jackson was born. I bet you know when your daughter was born. You know a lot of things. You even tell me to stay in preparation to know all things. Study man and all his methods. But yet, you going to turn around and tell me you don't know now when you're going to leave here? What happened? How did we get so disconnected from the blueprint and the plan? You took me all the way up to that point. Now you ain't got no more explanation. You can't express or explain nothing no more. Now we go into a whole spooky field. You just got to tell the person, well, you just got to believe, son. No, some people, that's not going to sit well. Let's make it move.
Live a good life. If there are gods and they are just, then they will not care how devout you feel, but will welcome you based on the virtues you have lived by. If there are gods, but unjust, then you should not want to worship them. If there are no gods, then you will be gone, but will have lived a noble life that will live on in the memories of your loved ones.
All right, we're going to make this the last one because this is a good one and it's definitely a juicy one. You know, anytime we bring up that other gods, I got to stand up. I got to say something. I got our back. If there's nobody on earth is going to be a direct representative of the Most High, then don't stop me from doing it. That's all I ask. Check. Don't do that. You might cause a turbulence in your life. And we don't want that for you. Let a man and other woman be as they be. Let them prosper into whatever they want or directing themselves to. Never have any interference in that. If anything, you want to promote and wish them well on. We call that haters. Oh, he don't want that. He talking about he ain't no God. And if you do want to say he a God, you ain't no big G. You're a little G. If you God, let me see you disappear. Like, there you go. You looking for tricks again. It's not that type of spooky God that we talking about here. This is what the concept that the people gonna have to grow into of what the real God is. Check. So this quote starts off with living a good life. Then it goes on to say, if there are gods and they are just, right? because I did a video on this before. I done had people tell me that I'm going to hellfire and burn forever for rewriting the Father's prayer. I'm Father, solid be my names. I'm King has come. My will be done on earth as it is within my head. Every day I get my bread. I don't trespass on nobody, and I'm not going to let you trespass against me. You see? They say you're going to hell, boy. For eternity. I had to think about that. I said, wow. I only been living for, let's give me the benefit of doubt, 99 years. I get to God, and granted, I just made the poem up. It's relatively new. It's not been that long. But I get to court in the Supreme Court, right? Psalms 82, where the judges are, the judges amongst the gods, and they look at my track record, my book, through the Akashic record, right? And see that this prayer was rewritten. Now, your God is just. I can find it in the Bible. That's what it's supposed to say. How you in turn going to tell me I'm going to burn for eternity? So if these guys are just, then they will not care of how devout you have been. But they will welcome you based on your ideas, your virtues, and your energy, your vibration that you have been living and going by. So it goes on to say that if they are gods and they be unjust, then you should not want to worship them. I'm not worried about that spooky god daddy that's going to tell me I'm going to be burning in the fire forever. You know who I got to back me up when I get to court? The just gods. He or she or it, whatever, they really not clear yet. But going to have to bow down to us because we're coming with the right G-O-D, good orders and direction. You might as well step down from the bench. Hell comes the new sheriff in town and let me sit down. Then I could be like, next. Oh, you only fucked up for 10 years? Okay, I'm going to give you a pass. Go back to earth and remedy that matter. Who next? That's the just God. That's the good God. Woo-hoo-hoo. Boy, y'all gonna be like this. Boy, I got a pass today. I seen God Nate the Great. I was smoking weed all my life. And just so happened, he was a weed smoker. Not like on prison on earth. I ain't going to jail. I ain't even get a fine. He said, go back to earth and participate in the growth of the cannabis plants. That's a just God. I created it. It's in the Bible. Every seed, bearing seed, every herb. It is for you, for your use. You didn't say nothing when they was taking and making rope out of it. But now people is taking it for spiritual enhancement, self-empowerment. We got a problem. Houston. I think we're going to need to take control of the cannabis industry. We can't do that. That's dumb. So they will welcome you based on your virtues. If they are gods but unjust, then you should not want to worship them. If there are no gods, then you will be gone, but will have lived a noble life that will live on in the memories of your loved ones. Don't that sound much better? Look at the latter sentence of the paragraph, people. Let's read it again. If there are no gods, then you will be gone. You're done. You here? Having it your way. But do what thou will as it pleases you, as long as that you're not being self-destructive to, something else, person, and even yourself. You will have lived a noble life that will live on in the memories of not just your loved ones, because remember, memories is stored in what? How is memory stored? How is people like Panic and all these what do you call them? Man, what do you call people that do that spiritual stuff, talking to people? I forget. It'll come to mind. Because memory is stored in water, and we are actually in nothing but a sea, only in a different density and state of agua. You see? Much like a fish in a bowl. You're still breathing air, which is water. Water is the most powerful force next to love. How much of the people is water?
The amount of water in the human body ranges from 45 to 75%.
Good. Next question. Does water hold memory? Yes, water
memory is the purported ability of water to retain a memory of substances previously dissolved in it, even after an arbitrary number of serial dilutions.
Wow. No wonder Bruce Lee was explaining to us that we need to identify how water can be a powerful tool. You can actually go stand in the shower, people. I'm going to share this little secret. I ain't going to give too much. The world ain't ready for the magic yet. What? Nah, I can't say that. There's beings that it's not mentally stable to handle this information yet. And so what will happen? They'll cause a greater harm to self and existence than they will if they was to help us. So sometimes people like me and others who talk all this God good shit, right? We have to know how to implement, because we're doctors. You got to realize that. And just like your own doctor that you go see, they got to write a prescription for you. They can't give you 900 milligrams. They'll kill you. Same thing with us. As below, so above. I can't empower you with too much juice. You fuck around, blow a fuse. Now we got another 6 more days of global warming in January and February. Dang. But water memory is the purported ability of water to retain a memory of substance previously dissolved in it, even after an arbitrary number of serial delusions. I'm not making this stuff up, people. Y'all go ahead and laugh and thumbs down the video and all that you want. That means it doesn't pertain to you. It doesn't concern you. You need to be finding another avenue and ways to get your entertainment. Entertain the mentality. Ain't nothing spooky about this. Everything is everything that we're doing here on earth. And yes, everything has an explanation, whether you know it or not. Whether you can figure it out or not, that don't mean that it doesn't have an explanation. Just because the tree fell over in Australia and you didn't hear it, don't mean the tree didn't fall. You talk about, yo, did y'all hear that tree? What tree? You ain't hear that tree fell in Gambia? Listen, I can't hear that tree falling. But if I showed you a video and posted it on my Facebook page, you'd be like, damn. Was it somebody, who was that today? I think somebody today said a fucking tree fell. You heard a tree fell. I don't know, but anyway. What's going on, Abby Dijade? Sorry if it's not pronounced right. But I'm going to send you very powerful tides and currencies and frequencies of nothing but prosperity, blissful, tranquility, love. All right? May these potions surround you at once. All right? May your next phone call, your next visit from a person come in and endow you with that with the gift that you want. You see? We get what we call blessed. I don't like using blessed, but you get gifted, blessed. What else can we say? Giving things, taken care of, because you're the energy that permeates it. I'm the one that made it happen. I said it for. You didn't do nothing. Individual riding down the street getting a car accident, paralyzed for 5 years. Who's coming to take care of this individual? Nobody? Why? Because nobody like him? Nobody like her? Or is it that this individual hasn't done anything for his or herself or anything or anyone else? So now you got to call and order you a home health care aide to come in and talk about, can you go to the store and get me some macaroni and cheese? And by the way, stop by the, what they call that store? The Poppy store, and get me 4 Lucy's. That's sad. You want to be like that? No, we don't want to be like that. So we need to be put in our magic bag. Everybody got a magic bag. Get your potions out. And it's going to be that let's get it. We're going to close out. I said we was going to close out with this, but we're going to close out with the potions that I got to give out. Right? I almost forgot. All right, so you want to put these few items in our potion bag. Everybody who is a magician and practicing magic, you must get you a bag. And I'm not talking about a physical, literal bag where somebody could come and take it and put some dog poo-poo or cat, whatever, cat litter in it and all that stuff. You see? No. Jesus said, put your jewels up where the thieves can't get in. Check. This is why I'm advocating this mindset type of strategy here. And in doing so daily, you're going to want to check your fuel level. Are you exercising to operate in a peak state? Ask yourself that. Are you exercising to operate in a peak state? Listening to educational or inspirational podcasts. You could be watching some motivational or funny videos, spending quality time with your families and friends, and engaging in real conversation. Don't be watching the TV, texting 10 people. You're going to miss the important part that the bull said on the podcast because you're not that sharp yet. And if you are, kudos. Keep doing what thou will. This don't pertain to you. Now, next important ingredient I'm going to give you. This is all of them is important. I'm going to give you 9. Some people in the morning going to like that. I can feel it now. You feeling so exuberant, like you're getting a Happy Meal. Oh, he going to give us 9, not 3? He did, but you put the 3 up. You ain't, but did you supposed to turn it upside down? See, everything that I'm doing, y'all, is for your sight to be prepared for your greatness. If I drop this cup while I'm talking, it was for a specific reason and purpose. What your mom used to call you? You smart ass now, right? You a smart ass. Remember that when you was little? Oh, you think you a smart ass, huh? I didn't know how to take that, and I fucked around and said, yeah. And it got me another smack. So I figured out, no, you can't be smart. Oh, shit. Because I thought I was. I thought I was, me, I think I'm very intelligent, very enlightened, very off the earth, able to absorb my own revelations and intuitions. I really think that, I'm doing a great job. I ain't the greatest at it, doing what I am in this yet. But shit, I'm working on it. Check. Because I love myself more than I love you. You thought I was supposed to love you more than me? Did I tell you that? Or did you find that out by way of somebody else? I think that shit came up out of the good book, didn't it? Turn the other cheek and all that old good stuff. No, we don't do that over here. I was taught to protect my cheeks and your ribs. You ever see the boxers when they in the ring? You never tell them, say, after you hit him in one cheek, the ball drop down and let him hit him in the other one. Well, sometimes you may, because he might have thought he was going to go through a 1-2 combination from the top to the rib, and he underestimated it and dropped that, so he could protect the rib. However, I'm always keeping everything tucked and protected because you swivel with it. And then when I was in the ring, we had what we called the sit down, where we sit on the person. Ain't no whole lot of dancing and jumping around. No, I arch that back, get that slingshot ready, and I got a long reach anyway. I think it's like 74 inches. No, I'm exaggerating. Damn, they got long arms. Ma! Damn, that fast. God, he right in the chin. And it only takes 3.5 pounds to knock somebody out. You ain't got to be no specialist in the ring. Like, it's an art. That's all, people. So I learned that and I got out of it. I said, I'm not going to be hurting these people like that. That's cheating. I already was fighting on the street, twisting my wrist, cutting their cheeks. So, if I'm in the ring, I'm probably going to do a Holyfield joint. Yo, stop headbutting me, Tyson. What? Come on, let's get it. Yeah, but it's very exciting in the ring. So excuse my energy. I still feels that. Just like I do on a basketball court, football court, soccer field. I got memory muscle of this. It's water. It's stored in me. You see? And this is what you want to do. Store the necessary elements and the ingredients that have you singing tunes in a garden vibrantly way. And in opposed to worshiping now, God, you now can become her. You now can become him. So that next potion that you want to throw in your bag is going to be a word check every day, every second, every minute if you can, when you got the time. I know you're going to take breaks. You're going to say, well, let me go fuck with this dude or her down the street. Let me call her. She's silly. She makes me laugh all day and I'm feeling depressed. Hey, girl, what's going on? What? Nah, they don't never go out there with bras on. You know them girls, some hoochie mamas. You know what I mean? Like, you start getting into the dumb shit. You want to stay away from that type of activity as much as possible, people. I know for a time it's fun. You know, it's like a drug. It gets you up out of the bullshit that's going on. Like, why the fuck I vote for these people? You know, so you want to get on the phone because you realize that, you know, he now done said all his activities was barbaric and what he said, draconian, and these are things that, you know, people want to run from because we put so much into thinking that this was going to be the right things to do and like turn around and get disappointed and heart hurt. Like, it happens. This is why I'm so up on and hard on myself. And I want you to be the same way. So that you don't have to vote for nobody. You can actually take your day off and go in the goddamn counter to that place with a goddamn paper with your name and address on it. And tell them, I'll be in the area for the day. I'm off. Anybody wish to vote for me, pull that lever or call that number or something. You took your whole day off to go do something that now I got to regret. I lost pay that day because, you know, she said you ain't getting paid. I got to go vote. We don't get paid. No, those personal days. Now you want to goddamn airway talk about, oh, man, I don't know why I voted for this. Oh, my God. What the? I ain't voting next year. That's what they say. I ain't voting no more. It's okay. You ain't the first one that said that. I've been here since the 1960s. You just now coming around to realizing that you're not supposed to be voting for no goddamn body but yourself. Everybody got a fair equal chance. If not, there's a party going on that really ain't intended for me. It's only for the selected few. And remember, they're never elected. They're only selected umpteenth years prior to you casting your spell, working your magic. So we want to become aware of the words that we use. If you talk about, I can't, what's up, dog? Hello? You're in grave danger right now. Because, wow. It's like, man, I can't even, I don't even feel like talking about it. That's how serious that your words are. It seems to me, in with each period of calculation of movement that time takes, in regards to who and what time it is, whoever made the time, they in awareness of what's going on. They just want to keep the masses in the state of illusion, or in other words, juiced up. Notice the words you frequently use to describe the events in your life. Your words are energy. They vibrate. So immediately upon hello, here comes your low hell. And it often comes first verbally. Because you said it. Listen, man, you're going to go stand in the corner, else we're going to stop playing or doing this. Because you're not going to sit here and tell me that your words ain't got no power and no meaning. When I grew up knowing that your word is your bond and your bond is your life. And if your word fail, then guess what's going to be lost? Cash the bond in, nigga. You know what it is. You know how like in the mafia, they told you, come on, take a ride with us? No. You sit in the front seat. You know I already knew what it was. He talking about, no, I'm cool. I don't want to go. Matter of fact, you know what? I got to go shopping for the family. Why don't y'all come back tomorrow and pick me up? What did y'all say? Sit in the front seat? He did like this. He's in the back of the seat talking about what? You want to go shopping where? You talking about, oh, did you want me to sit in the front seat? Yeah. You fucked up, nigga. Sit that ass in the front seat. You know what it is. And then just those words. So you want to be paying attention to how often you be repeating the same statements. You see, because there's magic going on to get you repeatedly and repetitively talking and doing the same thing. Why you think a news feed like butt twerking? I'm not gonna say that's bad. I'm not gonna say that because to me there's nothing bad. But let me put it like this: why do you think that the thing that you demise or dislike the most keeps coming across your airway or by path of your way? Is that God doing it to you? Is this like God's way of saying, no, baby, you ain't gonna run from this. You're gonna have to pay attention to it until you learn to stop wanting to have sex with every time you see a butt popping. Maybe that might be your calling. Maybe that may be the significance of reason. Maybe it might be like, no, nigga, you gonna be keep getting this until you learn to love women. Because you've been living a life so long hating women. Maybe this is God's way of telling you to get yourself acquainted with some gluteus maximus. I don't know. The point is, it's becoming aware of the words because the words formulates the mental projected picture. And it's not the eyes that you see with, for it is a cumulative of the words in which the individual has that gives them their clarity. Check. You want to get yourself number 3, a nice inspirational source. Whether it be a crew, you know, on the airway, inspirational podcasts, and you get the picture. You want to have your surroundings in your home with things that will empower you. This is important. This is going to be your altar, people. This is going to be your sanctuary where you work your magic. And when you're not at home in your office, your magic is actually still working for you. How many of you remember when your sisters had dolls? Well, don't you know, in the morning before they went to school, they would set them dolls up and put them in an order in which they're supposed to be having and carrying out their day until they got back. And then they set them to be up in another type of situational order. That's what your sanctuary, your altar is supposed to be doing for you. It's not that you're supposed to be worshiping these things. No, they're supposed to be, it's a symbiotic relationship. These idols, these things are supposed to be empowering you. This is why in the book of the Bible, this God insists that Moses go in there and knock all the idols over because they've gotten out of the natural order of existence. You niggas now worshiping golden calves and voodoo dolls and all the things of the like. No, you're out of control. You're going to have to wait till Nate come to resurrect you. Okay? You always want to, number 4, check your speedometer. Woo! Some of you's moving way too fast. Slow down. Huh? This type of idea we're going to is relating to the state of mind. Notice the headspace you are in. Always be aware of your headspace. Notice the headspace that you are in right now at this moment. Are you in resonating, in agreement with this information? Does it hit home with you? Have an open mind, an abundance of, you know, when you have an open mind, and there's be abundance of things you can view and set yourself up for it. Maybe you'll like it. You might want to incorporate it. Maybe you don't. You leave it alone. All right? What don't apply, you flush it down the toilet. You let it fly. I'm not going to go on with the rest of the potions, but I will give them out at some other point in time. I think those 4 will be suffice right now. I think you had enough. You know, we well over the hour mark, so I don't want to fatten up our circuit break it too much because we'll get an overload. All right, and we don't want no overload. In the drug in a below plane, they say overdose. Same thing. All right. So last and never least, I want to say that first we're gonna ring the bell. I think it's been a very informative and powerful stream that we've been through and went through. I want to appreciate all the beings who showed their powers through. Right back at you, wishing y'all nothing but success. This is on record. So when that name appears there, and then being see how them people is on the same frequency or had at least heard that of this type of information, we can know what type of elements we can equate and apply to our situation in this day and time, just so that we keeping a balance on the scale. You see? So we want to be sure that you're learning something every day, people. Living is learning. If you aren't learning nothing, then you aren't living. You're just here, waiting to die, waiting to pass away, waiting for somebody to put you in the box. To be living is to be learning, because learning causes expansion, vitality, growth and development, and onness. Always moving forward, always moving on in life. You don't want to have to come back to earth and go through the same hell that you've gone through in this one. What if you remembered it? What determines and dictates whether a person is born in Dubai or in the poverty-stricken neighborhood of Chicago, Detroit, or Philadelphia? Huh? You mean to tell me you want to come back here and discover again that Christopher never discovered America and that the African slave trade was never the way it was told from a little baby? Or are you going to come through explaining to the people? These are going to be your choices. But you have to evolve yourself to such an Anunnaki state. We're supposed to be living and learning, growing on a massive scale, changing the way you do things, and keeping an open mind and having closed the door and what is this? Remaining stagnant. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So I got it. Like I said, we don't want to be stagnated. We want to be making changes. Check. Oh, an individual who fails is an individual who actually plans to fail. An individual who fails to plan. I'm sorry, should I have stated? I'm not talking about your vacationing for next year. I'm not talking about, when you're going to ask the boss for a raise. I'm talking about for your next incarnation. Stop being so literal all the time. Come up out of the physical plane sometime. Remember how, when you used to say, oh, I'm not physical, I'm spiritual. Well, let me hear you talk some spiritual shit. Let me hear you do some spiritual things. Instead of remaining stagnant and resistant to making changes. All right? So with that, I think I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to hit this joint. Great production, baby boy. Something that I put together on March 26, 2020. Huh? Great production, baby. Make sure y'all take care of yourself and do it on purpose. All right? And why are we using laser focus? Somebody asked me that question. It was even typed in the chat. Laser focus. We want to appreciate and thank Lady Shea Butter Dreamy Queen for putting it there. Because this is the time in which we're going to realize that we're working with energy, frequencies, and vibrations. All right? And when dealing with such terminology, we're talking about rays and lasers, whether it be infrared, ultraviolet, whatever. Right? We have many different types of rays. So for us to deal with the concept of laser, we're going to actually decalcify the pineal gland and ignite it, because we're tapping into different air pockets and vortexes throughout the sphere in which we are residing in at the present moment, geographically, in this time. there's pretty much not nobody dealing with war in the physical realm no more. That's why Russia and Ukraine surprised me, and I don't. I can tell you that I don't think it's actually what's being portrayed going on. I think there's a whole new different agenda and a meaning of what's behind this war, because everybody else is in a cyber war. Everybody else is dealing with energy, harnessing energy, disrupting energy by using lasers and frequencies. Look it up. They got names for this stuff.